Okay, we're going to look at section 9.2 homework. First, we're going to look at finding the p-value for a one-tailed test when z is 1.10 and alpha is 0.05. What we call here, when you have a z-value of 1.10, this is a right-tailed test. We want everything to the right, the probability of the right of this value. So what you need to do is, first, this table is going to tell you the probability to the left, or so 0.8643 is the probability all the way to the left of 1.10. So to get the right probability, remember they add up to 1. So if I know the one I don't need, I will take 1 minus this, and 1 minus 0.8643 would be 0.1357. So if my p-value is greater than my alpha value, I do not reject the null. Okay. Now, for a one-tailed test where the z-value is -2, this is a left-tailed test. This is the easy test because the left-tailed test says I want the probability up to this number or to the left of this number. So this table will tell you exactly what that is without having to do the 1 minus. This is a left-tailed test. So my probability would be 0.202. And that is what I want in a left. If it's a left-tailed test, it's very easy. And that's your value. And my value is greater than alpha, so I do not reject. Now for C, it's a two-tailed test. So first of all, I need to find out one of the tails. So I need to find my right tail out. And the way I do that is I look up 2.5. And remember, it's not going to tell me the probability or the area to the right of 2.5. This is all the area to the left of it. So to get to the area of the right of it, I say 1 minus this. And when I do 1 minus 0.9938, let me do that real quick. 1 minus 0.9938. I keep putting in 0.9939. 0.0062 is the area to the right of 2.5, but it's a two-tailed test. So I need to get the other side. The other side will be exactly the same, so I can double that, 0.0062 times 2, and I'll get 0.0124. Now, the two-tailed test here will be easy because I know the area to the left of -1.81 will be the value in the table, because the value in the table is always the area to the left of it. And that is 0.00351. So the area of the tail on the right side would also be 0.0351. So if you add that up twice or times it by 2, you get 0.0702. And that is greater than 0.02 alpha, so I do not reject the null. Now, for the next problem, what I did was I actually calculated this by hand, and then I used StatCrunch to calculate these two. So to get the z-test statistic, I did use the formula. The formula is the mean of the sample minus the mean of the null hypothesis. So we can do that, the top part, in our head, because 47 minus 44 is 3. Now, to do the bottom part, you would put it in the calculator. You would do the standard deviation, 11 divided by the square root of n, which is 39. So I went ahead and did this in Excel just because I wanted to show you, and I don't have a calculator in front of me. Here's the 3 divided by, and then this is 11 divided by the square root of 39. So you could do that, and you would get 0.170, which is what I have here for my z-test statistic. Now, to get the critical z-score, what I do is I go to StatCrunch, and I go to stat, and I go to calculators, and I go to normal. And I always look to tell what test I'm doing. I'm looking at the alternative hypothesis, and it's testing that the mean is greater than 44. So that's greater than 44 is a right tail test. So I'm looking at the right side, and I know that alpha is 0.10, so we're kind of working backwards here. We want this to be 0.10, and if I hit compute, this right here will give me my z-value, or my critical z-score, which is 1.28. Now, that is, here's 1.28, and my value, my z-test, is 1.70. Is 1.70 going to be in this red area? Okay, it is. 1.70 would be over. Here's 1.28. 1.70 is going to be right here. If it's in that red area, that's my rejection area. So I'm going to reject the null. Since the test statistic is greater than the critical value, we're going to reject it. Now, if you remember, if it's in the red area there, we reject it. Now, how do I find the p-value? The way that I found it was in StatCrunch. Stat, I think I went to Z1 sample with summary, and my mean is 47, 11, and 39. 47, 11, and 39. And what was our hypothesis mean? 44. So I put that in there. And I think you can just put store in data table and hit compute. And your p-value is 0.08853, and I think that's for a two-tail test. So to get it, we just want the right tail. So you divide this number by 2. So if you divide that number by 2, you're going to get 0.044.